will be okay. Welcome all to Financial Fitness Program. My name is Samir Bapat, and today we are going to have a brief overview about why we need stock market, because there is a very deep psychological aspect why people are not able to earn consistently in stock market. So there are few points which run in the back of mind of many people, and that also somehow hinders them to earn money in stock market. Apart from that, we'll go through what are the indices in stock market, and then we'll understand market capitalization, what is market capitalization, and how we can use the information about market capitalization to earn money. So before we begin, I would like to thank you all for your time. I know you have busy lives. We have office started, people have to travel back, plus the weather is not so good. In spite of all these things, like in South India, we are having a lot of rains right now. So in spite of all this happening, still you chose to be here. I'll make sure it is well worth your time. So let's begin the session today. So what we are going to learn, so we are going to learn about stock market. Okay, now have you heard any time that stock markets are not productive? People will say there are people who are not very well versed with stock market, or they are not earned money in stock market. They'll say stock market is not productive. It is just a place for gambling. And they will ask this question, okay, tell me how the stock markets are contribute to the growth of the country. They will ask like that question, right? So I have one person saying, anyone has heard something like that, or only few people have heard that stock market are not productive? It is only gambling, right? It's only for gambling. You put money, it goes up down like that. Okay, so if you have not heard, you might come across that thing. But believe me, stock market, when you are into stock market, this is one thing you should go with very big conviction, that when you are trading in stock market, you are actually contributing to the growth of country, right? You are in a big way contributing to growth of a country. How if I'm earning money in stock market, buying and selling shares, how am I contributing to the growth of my country? So before I explain you that, let me ask you one question. You know builders, right? Builders build apartment or residential complex, or they will cut the plots, they will create plots, they will have some houses built on that, an apartment in all the cities. Okay. Now my question to you is, if tomorrow government comes with a rule that builders can build apartment, a builder can build homes, builder can have farmlands and everything, but they will not be able to sell it. They will not be able to sell it. They can only rent it out. So they have to make the apartment and only rent it out, and that's it. No selling, no selling of the apartments. Do you think the builders will be motivated to construct apartments and sell it and give it on rent, or half of them will simply disappear? Will they be motivated? Will the builders be motivated to construct apartments for people? They will disappear, right? How about others? Only few are responding. Yes, no, anything? What is the answer? Come on, guys. This is an interactive session, so participate. Hello. Okay. Now, let's say if someone told you, okay, now someone told you, okay, fine, government says, okay, builders are disappearing, but builders can construct apartment, they can sell it to you, but government has passed a rule that, okay, builder has built a apartment, you purchase apartment from him. But remember, when you are buying apartment from him, you will not be able to sell it again. If it inflates, whatever you have to, you buy it for 1 crore and keep it for yourself for staying, but you cannot buy after once you buy it. How many of you will be encouraged to buy that apartments? Will you be encouraged to buy that apartment? Yes or no? No one, right? No, you will not be encouraged. So if you are not encouraged, if you are not buying, even if the builders are able to sell, but if the people who are buying that apartment are not able to sell it again, then will the builders construct those apartment? No, right? No, no. So what we are doing is, see, now understand this concept, and this is very important concept, because tomorrow you are going to stock market, you should go with a pride. You should go with a huge pride that I am going, and I am, when you are trading in stock market, you should trade in stock market with huge pride that yes, I am contributing in country's development. How? You are buying because you think tomorrow if the property value appreciates, you will be able to sell it with profit. That's why you buy the property. You are buying the property. That's why the builders are constructing the property. So there is an ecosystem. First is the builder will create something, you buy, and then you can resell it. This ability to resell later, someone by mistake is drawing lines. Okay, just hold on, hold on. Okay, okay. Okay, now see what is happening here is you have to understand, since there is a market for selling it again, there is a motivation for builders to build the apartment. Same way, in case you have this, which IPOs are coming, lot of IPOs are coming, all those companies, all those IPOs, they've created a company in a anticipation that one day they will make this company big and go to stock market where people will be able to participate in the IPO. They will buy the shares. People are buying the shares because they buy the share and they know that if the value appreciates of the share, they will be able to sell it tomorrow and earn from it. Let's say government says, okay, you can open a company, but you cannot launch a shares for that in stock market. How many new entrepreneurs will be really encouraged to put more and more industries if they are told, no, you can put an industry, but you cannot take investment from outside people, you have to invest on your own. You cannot invest, you cannot bring IPO, people will not be able to sell your shares, nothing, you make your industry and that's it. Will people be encouraged to open new businesses or industries? Not many, not many. No one will be interested. Very few will be interested. Like olden days, before 70s, you must have seen Manoj Kumar movies, right? There was no stock market, was not there. See, there is a change in India's development post stock market. Indian stock market was predominantly started in 1971. People, businesses got listed. If you see the movies before 71, they will have a lot of issues of unemployment, and all the movies were made on unemployment. After that, people got encouraged, okay, I have a venue for raising money from stock market, right? Roti Kapda or Makan and all Manoj Kumar movies, you'll see a lot of people talking about unemployment and all like that. See, what happens is people are encouraged to set up a industry or a business or an idea. They know tomorrow they can go in stock market, get themselves evaluated. People will invest in the shares. People are investing in shares because they know if the company is good, my share price will go up and people will earn. So it's an ecosystem. So if there is a secondary market where people can buy and sell, they'll be interested to contribute into industry, and that's why industry comes up. That's how jobs come up. That's how the GDP grows up. And since you are there in the secondary market is nothing but the stock market is a secondary market where people are ready to buy and sell good valuation companies. The companies are motivated to establish themselves and give employment and generate revenue for the country. So by contributing or by participating in stock market, you are indirectly participating in country's growth. Can I have yes if the point is clear? You are going in the stock market with pride that yes, I am contributing. If I am in share market, I am contributing for the growth of the country. If you agree with me, type yes. Oh, so okay, so much excited. Yes, great. Thank you. Okay, thank you. So we are contributing. Stock market contributes. Plus, the debentures are raised. People, businesses are able to raise money, and also we have two stock. Predominantly, we have two stock markets in India. Earlier, there were a lot of stock market. Like we had Indore Stock Exchange, Bangalore Stock Exchange, Chennai Stock Exchange. Now everything got consolidated after 2000, and there are only two exchanges, and all exchanges are linked thanks to the electronics and internet. So there are two stocks market in India. Stock market is a place where companies get listed for generating money. Like I said, the IPO, debentures, money market, participation of common investors, and all those things. Over and above the stock exchanges, there is a SEBI, Securities Exchange Board of India, issues guidelines for stock exchanges, whether they are regulating, they will give guidelines for companies to follow for adherence to be listed in stock market. So SEBI is governing body. They will try to and regulate and make sure that there are no frauds. If frauds are happening, they will analyze and again take some action so that there is no fraud is happening. Now, that was one part of it. People think, okay, my participation, how it will contribute in India's growth, this is how it will contribute. Second myth is, which people at a very psychological level, people think that my gain, if I am gaining money or someone is gaining money, is someone else's loss. How many of you have heard this sentence that in stock market, if you gain money, if it is your gain, it is loss of someone else? Can I have yes if you have heard this thing or felt something like that? Yes? Okay. Do not agree. Yes, I also don't agree that my gain is someone else's loss. No, okay, great. So I have some supporters that they don't think. That is very good. I also don't agree. See, it is like this. How many of you applied in college and you got admission in college basis percentage? If you had higher percentage, you got the admission. Those who did not had a higher percentage, they were not given admission. Can I have yes from all those who went to college admission, and because their percentage was good, they got the admission, and others did not get the admission? Can I say because you got the admission in college, it was loss of someone else because you took admission in college? In turn, it was a loss of someone else. Do you agree? Do you agree that because you got admission, or let's say if you went for a job interview, 50 other people were there, you gave the interview, you got selected for the job, other 49 people were not selected for the job? Do you ever felt that no, because I got the job, it is my gain and someone else's losses? No, right? How many of you would like to say no, that it is not because I gained, it is not someone else's losses, right? Same is in stock market. See, we got admission in college, whichever college we went, because we worked hard, we studied hard, we gave a good exam, we got good percentage, we deserved it, we got admission. Again, we went to have job or a business or anything, we worked hard, we were better prepared, I got the opportunity, I earned money. Same principle you should apply in stock market. You are working hard, you are learning. Today, how many people know about this class? But you are here in the class, you are here and studying about the market capitalization. You are better prepared. You are the winner. Don't worry that because I am winning, it is someone else's loss. No, it is not. There is a winner. A better prepared person is a winner. Simple. We don't have to worry about other things. We don't go and resign. No, 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 sir. There are 49 people. They did not get a job because of me. I am resigning. Please select them. They'll say, why? There are 50. How do we select 50? Then we'll say, I don't know, but because I don't want to gain, because they will lose. No, it is not happening like that. Same, have the same principle in stock market also. If you are ready, you will be gaining. Then second myth is markets are manipulated. As you can see on your screen, see total traded value. This is only for one share. For one day, it is 379,289 lakhs. So it is a huge volume. Don't think markets are manipulated and all. Okay, so this is myth number 2, which is not there. Okay, so let's go through how many companies are listed in stock market in India, and then we will build upon our today's program. So this is brief overview, and let's straight away go to Screener. If you are logged in into Screener, I would request to enjoy, go and do the screen with me. Now, let's go to Screener. Okay, where is the screener? Screener. Oh, okay. So this is a very good website. I hope everyone has free login. This is a wonderful website I'm using for almost I think 12 years now. You get lots of information on screener.in. Can go. So let's see if I say I'll create a screen for you all just for market capitalization, which we are going to learn today is greater than 0.1 crore. So what it will give is, I'm just typing a query, give me the name of companies whose market capitalization is greater than 1 lakh rupees. 0.1 crore is 10 lakh rupees. 0.1 crore is 10 lakh rupees. Okay, whatever. So let's see how many numbers have come here. Hello. How many companies result is being shown here? 4055. So there are 4055 companies listed on stock market. Okay. There are 4055 companies listed on stock market. Now, how many of you have heard that stock market crash, stock market crash, stock market crash? Have you heard this in the news channel that today stock market crash, today it went up, today it went down, and all these things? Yes. Now, the feeling what we get is that all 4055 companies have gone down, or all 4055 companies share has gone up. That is not the case. When we say, what happens is, to have a rough cut analysis of, to have some sort of indication how the market is doing, indices are created to represent, like we have leaders in our parliament, right? But it is not true that all our leaders do. We send leaders in parliament, correct? Agreed. But do we agree that whatever they do in parliament truly represents us? Yes, no? No, right? But still they are representative. They are selected by the majority, and so they, whatever they do, they are reflecting what we want to happen. They may not 100% reflect, but still they are our elected representative. So whatever the way they behave, it reflects on us also. Similarly, in stock market also there are 4055 companies, but to have some indication how the market is doing, indices are created. So this is the NSE website. In NSE website, you will have the different indices has created. So Nifty 50, I'm taking NSE 50. Nifty 50 is made of 50 stocks. Okay, Nifty 50 is where we are told, okay, the market has gone up or market has gone down. It is only basis of this 50 stocks. The list of this is the list of this company. This is the Nifty 50. Okay, so these are the 50 stocks. If the share price, cumulative share price of this 50 stocks goes up, it comes in news, market has gone up. If the cumulative effect of all these shares goes down, it comes in news that it has gone down. But these 50 are only representation from each of their sector, but it may or may not indicate that everyone has gone up or everyone has gone down. So far so good? Yes, no? Similarly, in Nifty, there are other indices. So Nifty 50, Nifty 100, Nifty 200, depends on the company hierarchy and the performance they select. Mid cap, small cap, then sectoral indices. There are different sectoral indices. How banks are doing, how auto is doing, how FMCG is going. So out of some of all the bank, few will be selected. Like Nifty Bank, out of all the bank stocks, Nifty Bank will be created. So Nifty Bank has 10 stocks only. All the banks are represented by this 10. So we say bank index went up, bank index went down. So the leading companies in these sectors are put in the indices. So this is how the indices are created. I would strongly recommend this thing. Okay. Very strong recommendation to everyone in this webinar, because many times we think that market as a, when the news channels say market is going up, market is coming down, we sometimes picture it incorrectly. So I want you to explore this NSE website. So this is nscindia.com. Go to nscindia.com. I'll share the link in the group, and here I am in the chat. I have shared the link. You can save the link. Go to the old website here on the top. Can you see on the top? This is NSC1 India, www.1.nscindia.com. Go on the old website. Click here. It will go to the old website. This is much better organized. On this lines, brown lines where my mouse is moving, click on it. You will get all the indices. My recommendation to you is go through the indices. You will understand the composition of the indices, how stock market is represented in indices. So you will know if someone says, okay, PSU is going up, how he's saying PSU is public sector unit banks, how it is working. So you'll understand basis indices, what all companies are there and how it is going. Fine. So this is you go through all the indices. Everyone okay? Can I have yes? If you agree that you will, after the webinar, you'll go to NSE website and explore one by one all these indices. Very important. If you are in stock market, you have to understand this indices. So you have to go click on Nifty and come here and click on Stock Watch. You will get the list of companies which are part of Nifty 50. Then you can here view, you can just next Nifty 50 is the companies which will get added in Nifty, mid cap, auto, bank, one by one. You can click all the shares which are part of that index. Because of this index is formed, you will get to know a very interesting exercise. Once you go through it, you get the hang of the stock market, which is very important. Okay, now having said that, now let's, from the overall companies, let's come to, okay, very good question. So Kailash is asking what we should analyze or study there. Get the feeling of the market. Okay, it's nothing that we can make immediate use of it. Get a feel of that indices, that information. For example, NSE Energy. If someone says, okay, energy sector is, let's say, for example, Kailash, if someone is saying, okay, the financial, you watch on TV, they'll say, okay, energy sector is going to do good in coming years. And you want to know which companies are there in energy sector, which are the leading companies, likely leading companies. All you have to do is, first of all, first go and click on Nifty Energy. You will get the leading companies in energy. So you can analyze, okay, if you want to invest in energy companies, you will have a list ready made here. Analyze whichever energy company you feel is going to do better in tomorrow, you can invest in that. If someone says, okay, tomorrow metal industries might do better, so Nifty metal, you go, you see which are in metal, you can invest in that. So it gives you a ready reckoner. Okay, just from the industry, you have to go in the Nifty industry wise indices, and you'll get the top performing of that sector. You can select the best out of that by doing fundamental. So that is how you can select. Plus you get how the market is organized. That is one feeling you get, how the market is organized. Fine, everyone okay? Okay, so coming to our size. Now, you just explore this website, so you'll come to know. Okay, so now, what is market capitalization? So to understand our topic for today and how to use market capitalization, because this is very, very important. When you understand market capitalization, you will really enjoy investing in stock market. What is market capitalization? It's a mathematical formula, simple formula. Let me take Reliance. Okay, if I see Reliance Industries, market capitalization is company information, traded value of shares. Okay, correct. So Santosh has written the formula, total shares into share price today. So the total number of shares issued by the company into the price today. The price of Reliance is 2473 into number of shares issued by the company. Okay, so PBT shareholding pattern, view details, 30th September. Okay, table 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, Gopal Krishna is saying screener. Is it given there? Okay. Current price, high, low, but they are not giving the number of shares. They have not given here. I was trying to go to the number of shares. Okay, just hold on. So the number of shares. Okay. Table 4, table 3. Just hold on. Give me 1 minute. Okay. This is the total public holding B, C. Where is the total number of shares? A, B. Okay. Table 2. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay. So they have not given the consolidated number of shares. You will get market cap. No, market cap is okay. I'm just trying to explain the formula of market capitalization. So I'm trying to, okay. Here. In the table one, it is there. See, number of shares until number of priority, number of fully paid up equity shares held. Okay, so this is the promoter, public, non-promoter. This is the total number of shares, outstanding share, number of underlying shareholding percentage. Number of demat shareholding as assumed. I'm something somewhere here. Number of fully paid up security, number of partly paid up, number of shares underlying depository, total number of shares held. Okay, this is the total number of shares issued by, I just expanded it. So these are the total number of shares issued by Reliance. Everyone can see this figure, C6762070014. Yes, I have expanded it. Is it visible? This is the total number of shares of Reliance Industries. This is the total number of shares of Reliance Industries. When they multiply this total number of shares, yeah, some 676 crore shares, when we multiply it with the current market price of Reliance, which is 2,400, whatever the value comes, that is the market capitalization of Reliance Industries. So when we multiply 2751 into 676 crore shares, we will get market cap. This is the value which comes, is called market capitalization of Reliance Industries. Everyone okay? Clear, or should I repeat? If clear, type yes. Yes? Okay. This is the market capitalization of Reliance. So for every company, this market capitalization is calculated. Why it is calculated? To find the size of the company for its classification. Okay, so it is having market cap of 1568867 crore rupees. Now, whether it is big or small, we don't know, right? Whether it is a huge company or a small company, it's a relative term. This is how the market capitalization is calculated. Now, if we go back to the screens, I'll just run the screen again. Market capitalization greater than 0.1. Okay, run the screen. We have 4055. I will sort it out from market cap. So I this market capitalization, can you see? This is the market capitalization in rupees crore. So Reliance Industries is coming. Then the biggest company, huge company, as per the market capitalization is TCS. Then third largest company from the size of market capitalization is HDFC Bank. Then is Infosys, Hindustan Unilever. These are big companies as far as market capitalization is concerned. As far as shares into their current market is concerned, that means if you have market capitalization, you are huge. That means they are big companies. Okay, everyone okay? How you can make a reference? Yes. Okay, now these are the huge companies. So what guideline is for large cap companies is first 100 big companies are considered as a large cap. So if you see, if you just sort it out as per the market capitalization, the first 100 company till here, till Bandhan Bank, whose capitalization is 49215, is a large cap company as per general guidelines. Then 100 to 250 are mid cap, and 250 onwards, whatever is left out is a small cap. This is how the classification of stocks basis size is done. Large cap is big companies which are having huge, like capitalization is huge, stock into the price is huge, then followed by mid cap, which is 100 and onwards, and small cap. Now I'll tell you a very interesting thing why we are studying this. I'll just tell you stats in case you want to know the numbers. Here is a number. Any company whose market capitalization is less than 5,000 crore is called small cap. Mid cap is 5,000 to 20,000, and large cap is 20,000 and more. From ranking wise, size wise, if you want to go, This is a much better way to put it into large, mid, and small. 1 to 100 in size is large, mid is 101 to 250, 251 onwards is small. So all this is GAN, all GAN is okay, right? But ultimately with this GAN, what we want to do with all this GAN, what we want to do? Earn money, yes. So let's come to the main point why we are today, right? Earn money. So that's what excites us. Now let's understand the behavior of this companies, and based on this classification, and then we'll be able to take some good decision. Now, before I go into how this plays, how the small cap, mid cap, large cap plays, just imagine one scenario. Tell me one thing: is it easy, relatively, if I have to push a bike, if I am alone and if I have to push a bike, is it easy to push a bike or to push a car? If I have to push a bike or I have to push a car, which is easy, push a bike or a car? Bike. If I have to push alone, what will be easier, to push a car or to push a truck? To push a car or to push a truck? Car, right? Now, reverse way. Remember this example. Okay, reverse way. If a truck is gradually, slowly rolling, okay, which is easier to stop, a truck or a car? If you have to stop, if I have to slowly, car. What is easier to stop, if a bike is rolling or a car is rolling? What is easier to stop? Bike, right? Same thing you have to think about large cap, mid cap, and small cap. Small cap, you have to think like a bike, easy to push, easy to stop. Mid cap, you have to think something like a car, relatively easy to push than the truck, easy to stop. Large cap are like trucks, difficult to push, difficult to stop. Abhi, how it is related with earning money? Means what happens in stock market is, when the stock market will fall, okay, the stock market, when it goes down, large cap companies price will go down slowly, mid cap will go down faster, and small cap will go down fastest. But when the stock market goes up, the large cap companies price will go slowly, mid cap will go faster, and small cap will go fastest. So what happens is, when the market is falling, small cap companies will fall the maximum. The percentage of fall or the loss in small cap shares will be higher, moderate in mid cap, and large cap it will be lesser. It will fall, but it will be lesser. Okay, let me show you an example. Here I have opened the indices, like I explained the indices. I have opened the indices. This is Nifty 50. So Nifty 50 is made up of, you can see Nifty 50. Nifty 50, you are seeing this chart, Nifty 50 chart, you can see. Can I have yes if you can see, you are able to see Nifty 50? Okay. See, Nifty 50 constitutes of mostly of large cap only. Okay. So we'll take Nifty 50 as large cap. Now the overall combination of large cap. If you see from the after the crash in after Corona, how much Nifty has gone up? First of all, let's see from the crash, from the peak. Okay. before Corona, how much Nifty 50 crashed from this point to this point, how much percentage it went down. So I would request everyone to note down so that we'll have a relative comparison. So from the peak value to the bottom, it went down by 39%. Agreed? See, this is 39 written. If you want to see how I'm doing, at the end of this arrow, this 39 is written. So it has gone down, it has fallen down by 39%. So far, so good. So before Corona, 20th Jan 2020, it was at peak. From peak, after the Corona crash, it went down and total fall in Nifty 50 was of around 40%. So far, so good. Nifty 50 is made up of large cap companies. That means big companies. So on an average, the combination of big companies fell down by 39%. After the fall, how much up did it go? How much percentage from here to here it go? So it went from this level till the highest point, whatever it's reached, it went up. You can see 145% in 2 years. Okay. So when it went down from January 2020 to the crash, the lowest point, it went down by 40%. And after falling 40%, it went up by 145%. So these are the big companies, the large cap. Okay. So they go down slowly, go up slowly. That's what I was telling. So far, so good. I'm coming to the comparison. So you are okay. It went down 40, it went up 145%. Now, mid cap companies. So this is a total, sum total of mid range, like sort of car, not car companies, but something like middle size companies. Okay. Now, if you see from January, how much it went down. Large cap went down by 40%. Mid cap, when it fell down by 43%. Did it go more than large cap? Did it fall more than large cap? Mid caps fell by 43%. Large cap fell by 39%, right? Now, after falling, how much percentage the mid cap go up? If you see from here to here, large cap, now how much was the large cap? Anyone noted down? This is 223% up. From here to here, it went up 223%. Large cap went up by 145%. Mid caps went up by 223%. So if someone would have invested in mid caps, he would have got more return or less return. After the crash, if someone would have invested in mid cap, he would have got more return. Now let's see how the small caps behaved. So this is Nifty small cap, Nifty 100, Nifty 50 small cap. Now see, small cap from January, when there was a crash, from here to here, it went down almost 50%. So you can see small cap went down by 50%. Large cap fell by 39%, mid cap by 43%. But when there was a crash, small cap went down by almost 50%. So if someone was holding a small cap, it would have gone 50% or more. But after the market recovered and the market went up, let's see how small cap performed overall from here to here. If you see, small cap went up by 278%. So large cap companies went up by 145%. Mid cap companies overall on an average went by 223. Small cap companies went up by 278 companies. And these are the good companies. So you are getting my point, right? So when it falls, The large cap being the size, they will fall slowly, and but they will go up also slowly. So if there is a crash, large cap will fall slowly, but it will go up slowly. Mid caps, which are medium size, they will be in between the small and large. The small will fall fast and small will go up. So far so good? Yes, no? Clear? So now you can correlate with the bike thing, right? Easy to push. Small caps are easy to push because if you buy small quantity of share also, it will go up, right? Okay. So now what happens is when you are investing, when you are investing, you have to invest basis your own requirements. Now we have in this webinar, we have people anywhere in the range of 35 or maybe 25 to 65, and different characteristics. So small cap, what happens is it is very volatile. It is very volatile. It will go up, come down, go up, come down, because it's like a bike, easy to move, right? It is easy to move here and there. You can push and pull. So market, even if there are few shares bought, it will just share will go up. Or if some people start selling it, it will but say it will come down. So small cap is very volatile, easy to move around. If you are invested in small cap, one challenge in investing in small cap is there are too many companies in small cap. You have to actually find out good companies in small cap so that it goes up faster, and you have to keep a monitoring of those shares very much. If you are very conservative, okay, you are saying okay, मेरे को ज़्यादा return नहीं चाहिए, but I want slow and steady return, go for mid caps. If there is a downfall also, there will be lesser downfall as compared to others, but it will recover also faster. Mid cap is in between the three. So if you see mutual fund, I connected with the mutual funds. If you see here, there are even the mutual funds are classified basis on market capitalization. One is stock. I always encourage people to go and buy the stocks. But if you want to go and analyze what you can do, some tips of investing. If there is a market crash, and if you have money, if there is a market crash, whenever there is a market crash, after market crash, where will you invest the money? After the crash, I'm saying, not before the crash. Small cap, right? So we all know now, okay, even if you don't know which where to invest, go and pick up a small cap fund after a crash and invest in small cap, or when you see the market stabilizing. And believe me, the crashes will happen every February, March. The it will happen, the market will correct, the correction will happen. When you will heard lot of news, no correction is happening, lot of correction has happened, everything has happened, believe me, time to switch to small cap. If it goes up, if it markets get heated up, either you can come out of small cap and go into large cap. So you can switch from small to cap depending on market situation. If market has gone up too much, just switch to large cap because it will not fall drastically. So but small cap, you have to be very cautious and vigilant about coming out also, because it will go fast up, come down fast also. Okay. Yeah, by exit you can switch. So that is how you have to work out. So you can go through this mutual fund, explore the mutual fund, this money control, a large cap fund, let's say one large cap, small cap fund, right? If you see small cap fund, they have been doing returns are almost like this is giving 26% CAGR in 5 years, as compared to large cap. If you see, large cap will give CAGR of 18 to 19%, right? So that makes a lot of difference. 19 and 26 will make a lot of difference. So you have, but you know the principle behind why small caps will go up very fast and come down very fast. If you are holding a small cap fund, or if you are holding small cap companies, if it starts falling sharply, you know why it is falling sharply. So you should understand before investing where to invest basis your own investment appetite. Do you suggest to buy indices for Nifty small cap 50 or small cap? No, I don't. Why to go for indices? You are studying, you can go and analyze those companies. No, why we have to go for indices and all? Okay, so most reliable news portal that provides easy to understand market updates. Okay, I'll come to the question answer session. So this is how the market capitalization you can use. You can use even screener. I think I've shared fundamental analysis, one full four hours program on fundamental analysis on YouTube. You can go there, come back, shortlist companies, find some good, fundamentally good stocks, and invest into that. Okay. Okay, so view on Paytm. Okay, I'll not put a. Okay, so with that, let me just see if I have completed whatever I intended to do. Okay, yes, so I have completed. So that is how you can use mid cap, small cap, and large cap for your investment decision. So if you are going and investing in any stock, just make sure what type of stock it is, whether it is mid cap, large cap, or small cap, because you should understand the behavior pattern. I'll just summarize the discussion today. You can take a snapshot of that chart for your reference, and so that you will have that ready reference whenever you are investing into this type of companies. So you should be aware what is going likely to happen, so that you will not be surprised why this behavior happening for this stock, because depend on the size. Okay. Okay, just take a snapshot and then you can study whatever I have said. It is in this table. Once you take the snapshot, let me know, then we'll go to question answer session. Okay, great. So I will stop the recording and let's go to question. Okay, we'll go to question answer session anyway. What is the time? Okay, we have time. Okay, so if you have any question, just type in your name. I'll come to you. Okay, yeah, Santosh, go ahead, please.
Sir, you said that if you are in a large cap, if the market is what you can say crashing, you can stick to that. But if it is the market is crashed, it is expected to go up. So if you have entered into that mutual fund in a year or two, if it is not given any growth, should we exit and
we have to sell and exit and invest in other funds. That's the only way.
Okay, so you shouldn't because that mutual fund is not.
If your mutual fund is not giving you return in at least 6 to 9 months, then that fund may not be in right hands. They are not working properly. Okay. Because any fund has to go up at least in 9 months to 1 year. If the fund has not gone up in 1 year, max to max 1 year, then that fund is not performing. Better to exit that fund and look out for some other fund, unless you have a vision for 5 years for that fund. Okay. Okay, so Gaurav has a question. Yeah, Gaurav, go ahead, please. You can unmute yourself.
Sir, good evening.
Very good evening.
I'm learning from your various webinars, steps, and the procedures.
Thank you.
Since 1.5 years, I'm in the market now.
Oh, great.
But how do you suggest to be a diversified portfolio with small cap, mid cap, and large cap? Because normally what happens, if suppose there is a fall, like a day in a fall and the next day rally recovers, suppose. So that way some stocks are getting also down, but at the same time they come with the aggressive buying and they reach on the higher side.
Correct.
So how do you suggest to diversify that time in the mid cap, small cap, and the large cap that way?
See, what you have to do is you should, the purpose of this webinar is not to select specifically large cap, mid cap, small cap. I would always suggest to go and find good companies with good past performance. It doesn't matter whether it is large cap, small cap, or mid cap. The starting point is that you should have a good company which is being giving you a growth of 15% year over year, sales growth, profit growth, ROCE, ROE, and everything. Then you go and see what is the future of this company. That is two. Then you go and select that company. Then if it is a small cap, you know how it will behave, mid cap how it will behave, small large cap how it will behave, and be ready for it. That is for long term. Short term, uh, don't worry of this caps, only select good company and then go as per the purely technical analysis. But starting point is fundamentally it should be good. That is the starting point, not this capitalization.
Okay, okay, understood. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so Jitu is saying drawing the lines. I did not understand. Yeah.
On the screener, so you just drew a line covering the percentages, the vertical line, and shaded it.
Screener, okay.
Where you're showing the fall and the rise in the percentage terms.
Okay,
one.
this one.
Yes.
This will come from here. If you, this is trading view. If you come here, here price range, you have to select price range. It will help you in finding that.
And the shading also there.
It will happen automatically.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So yeah, Abhishek, go ahead, please.
नमस्ते सर.
Namaste.
सर स्मॉल कैप में भी मतलब कट ऑफ क्या रहेगा कि इसके नीचे नहीं जाना है? आई नो यू वुड से अराउंड 1000 करोड़ सही रहेगा, लेकिन अगर बाकी फंडामेंटल्स ठीक है कंपनी के, बाकी सब चीज जो भी हम क्वेरी में डालते हैं, तो क्या 100 ऑड करोड़ के आसपास मतलब
नहीं वो एक्चुअली क्या होगा ना, अगर 100 करोड़ पे जाएंगे ना आप, तो उसमें इफ यू गो एंड नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स ट्रेडेड विल बी वेरी लेस.
अच्छा.
तो उसमें क्या होता है ना, एक तो लिक्विडिटी नहीं रहेगी, वो फ्लक्चुएट बहुत करेगा, कभी बहुत ऊपर चला जाएगा, कभी लोअर सर्किट लग जाएगा. सो आई थिंक दैट 1000 करोड़ इज अ डिसेंट कट ऑफ फॉर दैट. आप जा सकते हो नीचे, बट यू विल हैव टू बी मोर विजिलेंट.
500 करोड़, because I remember आपने लास्ट एक बार 500
एक साल पहले 500 करोड़ में यूज करता था अराउंड 2019 एंड 2020 बिगिनिंग तक. आई यूज्ड टू यूज 500 करोड़. And now I shifted to 1000 crores as cut off, क्योंकि अब वो मार्केट कैपिटलाइजेशन ओवरऑल बढ़ गया है सारी कंपनीज का. So 500 crore is also okay, but don't go below that. Like it's a really low cut off. So I think 500 crores is decent cut off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Sir, I asked the question about the reliable source of news. For example, my HCL shares have screwed up, and I just went with the thought that HCL always kind of gives good returns. I invested into it, and then after it has been crashed for a very long time, then I checked the news what happened. Then I found out some issue was going on with the whole leadership, and that's why I asked that question. How to be vigilant about even
वो नहीं मिलेगा actually. To be very honest, I'll tell you one example. LIC Housing Finance. Okay. This is a probability. Okay, this is a probability. We can check, and I can show you in. See, right now, if you know, right now, okay, I'll stop recording and then I'll show. Okay, I'm just stopping to record, and then I'll stop.